Hi guys, tonight I'm going to do a dessert in the Ninja. Some people have asked me if I do, I've done the rice pudding, but really I haven't done anything else in there. I've got my grandson here again tonight. He loves crumble, so I'm doing apple crumble. Slight twist in it. I love textures, and so my topping is going to be based with porridge oats and flour, butter, brown sugar. But my base also has textures in it, not just the apple. I've got chopped nuts, I'm using pecans and walnuts, and I'm making it kind of in like a bit like a toffee-ish sauce. Brown sugar and butter is the basis of that. Okay, so I'll take you through what happens with the apples, then I'm going to show you the next stage, and then the final stage is going to be, because I'm going to cook the apples first in the Ninja so they get nice and soft, and then all that I've got to do is roast off the topping. And put it on top of the, or I should say put the dry topping on top of the cooked apples, put it back in the Ninja and cook it through. I've just started peeling my apples. These are cooking apples, okay? So I've just started peeling them, and I'm going to divide them between the two dishes. I'm doing a fine chop on them like this. I'm not altogether sure how this will work, but we'll go and give it a go. I've never done it in the Ninja before, but hopefully it will all be good. So this was one big cooking apple that's going in this dish here. Again, like I say, I'm going to cook the apples first while I mix up my dry ingredients for the topping of my crumble. So we're nearly there with this. All very just rough, I suppose. I have buttered the dishes as well. Just buttered around the sides. Cut down on any real burning. Right, now that looks a nice lot of apple. Now, a quick blast of lemon juice, just to keep my apples. They always go brown when you roast them, stew them, but I just like to add a little bit of lemon juice in. It's an acid, so it brings that to it. I'm putting a handful of my beautiful sultanas in here because I love apple and sultanas. That's a personal choice. You really don't need to. Then I'm going with some chopped nuts. These are pecans and walnuts. I like textures, so that's why I'm messing around with textures. Then I'm going to just actually get those stirred through a little bit. My idea is, where I would normally braise it all down in a saucepan, that's what I'm hoping to achieve in the glass dishes. Who knows? But we shall find out. Right, now I'm going to put, because I'm going to make almost like a little caramel for these apples to sit in. So this is knobs of butter. Actually, that might be enough, I think. Yeah. And then I'm going to take my brown demerara sugar. This is, you can use soft brown sugar. You can use white sugar. I'm trying to create a like kind of toffee thing going on. So that's 2 tablespoonfuls in there, guys. And a little bit of cinnamon, just to give it a little bit nice. Now go careful with the cinnamon. You don't want to make a big mistake, and you know, it just needs to be a touch. So 1/4 teaspoon, I would say, maybe even less. Put that back in the next one. Okay, just going to get another, I've got another spoon here. I could use that one, just get another one. Just get that so it's, there we are. Now what I'm going to do with that, I'm going to actually cover it in foil. I'll do the other one in a moment, but I'm going to cover it. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to cover it in foil, so they're both the same. Put them in the Ninja on a low roast setting and just let them cook down. So I'll see you in a minute when I've got to that stage. Right guys, you saw me prep up the other dish with the chopped apples and everything. This is the second dish that I've done, exactly the same. Chopped apples and nuts, the cinnamon, lemon juice, the butter. And I'm just about to cover it with the foil. I'll show you the other one I've got. I'm giving it a good cover because I want it to stay in place and I want it to cook down. Not too far down, but fairly cooked so that I can just put my topping on the top. Into my little silicone baskets, take out the plate because it will wobble around. Pop that straight in. There's the other one. And I'm going to put them in. Let's turn this on. I'm going to go on to a roast. I'm going to see what it comes down to. I think 160 should be fine. So 160 temperature. Time I'm going to do 20 minutes, but I'm going to check it after 10 because the little dishes, it may not need anywhere near that much. This is experimental at the moment, but I'll do just put that on match. So we've got both units going at once and away we go. Right, okay, so this is our dry ingredients that I've crumbed together, rubbed together: flour, oats, sugar, butter. Classic crumble mix. A lot of crumble mixes don't have the oats in, but I personally love putting oats in. Gives it a lot of texture, and I love using the brown sugar, hence the colour. Now they're still cooking, but I'd stopped. I wasn't happy they were cooking too slow, so I took the foil off. And then I also, when I actually felt them, I thought it's too low. 160 was too low, so I went back to it. I reset it. It had 10 minutes with the foil on, and I reset it for another 5, and they're on 180. But I'll correct all that in the recipe, which will be on my website, and it'll also be in a link. Okay guys, have a look now. Now they're starting. You can see the raisins are swelling, it's bubbling, things are starting to happen. Same with the other side. Smell good as well. So I think when that finishes, we'll then be ready to put the topping on. Tonight, this is a recipe I've actually got on my website. It's amatriciana sauce. It's an Italian sauce: bacon, pasta, onions, garlic, chili. Having that with pasta. So that's our first course. We're gonna have pasta, nice pasta sauce, nice glass of red wine, followed by the crumble with, well, we're going to have custard, but you could have a nice ice cream. I've got no ice cream in. So I'll let you know, I'll let you see it each stage of the way, so you see how this cooks, because it is experimental for me as well. See you short. Hi, right, we've just ate our pasta and my grandson's waiting for his dessert, so I better get on with this. So I'm putting this dry bits, or dry topping, shall I say, onto the apples, and hoping to God that we get something edible at the end of it, and I'm sure we will. Right, okay. So that's what I'm looking for, that type of thing. There we go. Okay, that one will go in. So you can see there what I've got. Okay. Again, I'm going to put it on roast, because I have discovered quite often, if you put it on air fry, all the fans kick in, which if you've got something like breadcrumbs, will spread it all around your air fryer. So I do tend to, if it's got anything that might be light and powdery, I tend to go for the roast option. Right, okay. I can't tell you how good these apples are smelling right at this moment. I can smell the cinnamon, the brown sugar and the butter. Oh, yum. Now, you're thinking, why is she making 2? That's because one will be frozen. Right, okay. And all my crumbles and crumbles generally do freeze well, hence the reason the shops, the supermarkets sell them. Okay. Right, okay. So let's turn this on. We'll go back onto roast. I'll bring it down from 190 because I think that would just burn it before it cooked. I'll try 180, guys. And time, let's go 20. I don't think it'll do that. Let's go match and put it on. Fingers crossed for me, folks, that this turns out. See you in a minute. Okay, this has cooked better than I even imagined. And there, you know, I said about like a toffee type sauce thing coming up. You can see it there emerging. And if you look in there, you can see apples and sultanas and butter and sugar all blending together, actually ready to be ate. And it looks yummy. This is this was side 2. I think I've said to you before, I find side 2 on the Ninja slightly hotter. And if you can see, it's absolutely fine. It's perfectly cooked. And this is going to the freezer. But it is definitely a degree more cooked than that one. So, or if you've got this is the 300 model, be aware that I've found side 2 hotter. So just be careful with that, folks, so that you don't ruin any of your food. My grandson's waiting for this with some custard. So I hope you give this a try. It's delicious. It's worked really well. Haven't had to turn this whacking great big oven on. So I'm absolutely thrilled. And it actually didn't take the 20 minutes. It took 14 minutes. But it was on at 190. So once the topping went on, I thought that needs to cook. So it was 190 and it was 14 minutes. And that's the result we've got. But I will put that on my website and in the link on the YouTube for you guys, okay? Thank you for watching. See you soon. Hi guys, I realised I hadn't cut into the apple crumble to show you actually how well it's actually cooked. Well, I've just tasted it and I'm about to eat some more of it. It is, okay, just imagine the butter, the brown sugar, the cinnamon, the apple, the sultanas, the nuts. Oh, it's a journey. And it's absolutely fabulous. The topping is crispy and crunchy. So you've got the gooiness of the underneath, the crunchiness of the top, and it's superb. It's probably better than what I've made in the oven, to be totally honest. So, you've got to try this. Do try it. Let me know what you think. Thank you. Bye.